this evening based on charge of criminal trespass in the third degree. To remind you, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I believe you're being held on a separate matter at the city court. It's not in front of me this evening, but excuse me. We'll just be dealing with the current offense. Given that you're already being held on a bond, I'm gonna likewise impose another bond for time credit purposes. And I'm gonna set a hearing for you on September 8th at 1:45 in the afternoon in front of Judge Ryan Blue at the Tucson City Court. That'll be a video review if you're still in custody. The City Public Defender's Office should be reaching out to you soon to give you some information. But for now, I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf to the charges. And to advise you that you are presumed innocent, and the burden of proving you guilty is on the state, and that burden is to prove you guilty beyond. You also have a right to attend all hearings in your case and to include a trial. However, if you fail to attend any hearings in your case, they could proceed in your absence. New charges could be filed against you. These hearings could proceed in your absence. I'm sorry, a warrant could issue for your arrest, excuse me. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial with and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. Do you understand all that? Yes. Thank you. That's all I have for you this evening. You'll receive copies of the paperwork. Please make sure and attend your hearings, communicate with your attorneys. And if you are released, please make sure and attend all your hearings. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Thank you. You're excused. Thank you. You're welcome. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
My name is Dominic Poset Diaz. I was born October 12, 1994.
Thank you, Mr. Diaz. This is the time set for initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on an interim complaint alleging 4 counts of burglary in the third degree committed at various times between July 3rd and August 10th of this year. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay?
Okay.
Taking a look at the pretrial services report, it appears that Mr. Diaz is already pending on a separate felony case in CR 2025-3972 and is being held on bond in that matter. He's rated a 6 out of 6 on the NCAA scales. Ties verified or current housing. There appears to be 1, 4 adjudicated felonies and then the one pending in 3972 that I just referenced. County Attorney's Office recommendation was $10,000 bond. Is there anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, Mr. Diaz indicated he wanted to speak with me for a moment. Do you mind if I speak with him briefly?
Right ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Your Honor. Given that Mr. Diaz is currently being held on some other felony matters, I do think that a nominal bond would be appropriate in this case. I'll note that his other bonds appear to be set at $500, so I would ask them to be set at a more nominal amount than the $10,000 requested.
Propose a $7,500 cash or secured bond in order that if Mr. Diaz does post a bond, that he be released to pretrial services supervision and submit to any monitoring or treatment they direct. In order that he not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that he not have any contact with any alleged victim, to include going to the incident location. And I'll set the preliminary hearing for September 15th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Ramu L. Musgrove, 0809-1994.
Thank you, Ms. Musgrove. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on 2 warrants that were issued for your arrest. The first is by Judge Libby Shelton of the Marana City Court on August 14th of this year, related to charges of driving without a license, driving on a suspended or revoked license and failing to appear. And the second warrant was issued by Judge Robert Foreman from August 13th of this year, related to similar charge of driving on a suspended revoked license from November of last year. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. On the Marana matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you on October the 1st at 10 a.m. If I release you, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
Yes, sir.
Then I will release you on that promise. I'm going to order that you not drive without a suspended license. Again, that hearing is going to be October 1st at 10 a.m.
Okay.
On the second warrant, I'm going to set a separate hearing for you on September 11th at 11 a.m. It's next
Sure.
Thursday, I believe.
Okay.
If I release you, will you promise me you will appear at that?
Yes, sir.
And I'll release you on your promise. Again, I'm going to order that you not drive without a valid license. So you're
Yes,
going to
sir.
be released later this evening. It's your responsibility to attend all your court hearings. If you miss them, then you could catch new charges. You could have another warrant issued for your arrest, or trial could proceed in your absence. Do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you very much and good luck to you. Your excuse. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So right then, the check. That's just on the back. So, there was just. So.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Wade Howard Russell, 21075.
All right, Mr. Russell, good evening. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on 2 criminal charges. One, it relates to a charge of obstructing a highway or public thoroughfare allegedly committed earlier this afternoon. And the second involves a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Jay Cranshaw of the Tucson City Court from August 21st of this year. Relates to charges of general soliciting and failing to appear. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Just need to check something here really quickly.
What is, dirty. Here he is, he's some things about the shit, like this fucking shit, man.
Thank you for muting.
Got 14 fucking shit fucking people.
All right, Mr. Russell. On the Miranda case, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to the charge.
What did he say? You know, the real fucking lawyer, man.
Sir, I understand you're probably a little bit agitated right now, but I need you to watch your language because I do need to be able to speak with you without you becoming agitated or belligerent on the line, sir. If you can't do that, then we can certainly reschedule your hearing for another time. All right. Give the jail a minute. One second, please.
That's the fact. See.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Lourdes Rachel Guzman, March 5th, 2004.
Okay. Ms. Guzman, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a charge of two charges of misdemeanor domestic violence disorderly conduct and misdemeanor domestic violence assault allegedly occurring earlier this afternoon. And to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, which may be appointed to you by the court, or you may obtain one at your own expense. I'm gonna take a look here for at some information that pretrial services gathered for me. Give me a little bit more information about your case. Okay. All right, Ms. Guzman, I don't believe you're being held on any other matter. And it appears the alleged victim in this case does not object to your being released, having further contact with you, or to the residence. So I will, based on that, I'm gonna set a hearing for you on October 3rd at 9:30 in the morning. That'll be at the Tucson City Court in front of Judge Verena. Now, if I release you, you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. I will release you on your promise. I'm gonna order you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not commit any act of domestic violence. I'm not gonna order that you not have any contact with the alleged victim, but you understand that any contact you have with the alleged victim needs to be peaceful, respectful, and if they object to having contact with you and ask not to, you need to leave them alone. You understand?
Yes.
I'll enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf and advise you that you are presumed innocent, and the burden of proving otherwise is on the state, and that burden is to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have a right to attend all hearings in this case, to include a trial, where again, the burden of proof is on the state. However, if you fail to attend any hearings to include that trial, they could go on in your absence. You could have new charges filed against you, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days, then you can lose your right to appeal a conviction. You understand all that?
Yes, I understand.
Then you'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and abide by all the conditions. Do not miss your hearings, otherwise bad things could happen, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. You're excused.
We go up to our man, sit downstairs with the females, right? Miss Phillip? Yes, sit right here, you're up for court.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
January 24, 1961, Nina M. Koga.
Ms. Goga, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on looks like couple of different cases. But the newest is involves charges of domestic violence disorderly conduct allegedly occurring earlier this morning. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Let's take a look here at the pretrial services report for you. All right. It doesn't look like you're being held on anything else. Unfortunately, pretrial services couldn't reach the alleged victim to get their input on conditions of release. So, Ms. Goga, I'm going to set a hearing for you on October 14th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Sorry. That'll be in front of Judge Wendy Million at the Tucson City Court. If I release you, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
Yes, I would.
I'm also going to consolidate that hearing with those in the other cases you have pending. So everything will be wrapped up together in one hearing in front of Judge Million on the 14th. I'll release you on your promise to appear. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. I'm going to order that you not contact the alleged victim. to include going to the place of work where they work or live. Do you live with the alleged victim?
Well, right now it's kind of sticky situation because what happened 3 months ago that because Mr. Price had assaulted a person who broke my nose.
Ma'am, I don't want to go into any,
Oh, yeah, I know.
I don't want to
know.
go into any facts. I just need to
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
do you currently reside with the alleged victim or do you have somewhere else you can stay?
Somewhere else I can stay.
So I'm going to order that you not have any contact with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. If you have any personal belongings at at the alleged victim's residence, I'll allow you to return with a police escort. So what that means is if you have anything there that you want to pick up, you're going to need to call TPD. You call 311, the non-emergency line, arrange for an escort, some police officers to go to the residence, be there with you while you gather your belongings, and then you have to leave with them. You're not allowed to go to the residence otherwise. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then that's all I have for you. You'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and attend all your hearings, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're excused.
Molina Benjamin.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, Benjamin Alejandro Molina. Date of birth is 11/15/93.
Thank you, Ms. Molina. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a charge of failing. Okay. You're being seen here based on a charge of failing to comply with a court order allegedly occurring earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I believe there is an alleged victim on the line.
Yes.
Yes, good evening. My name is Judge Padilla. I'm here presiding over the initial appearance. The purpose of this hearing, ma'am, is to determine whether or not a defendant will be released, and if so, what the conditions of release will be. This is not a hearing where we're going to be discussing guilt or innocence or anything like that. So we're only really discussing whether or not Mr. Molina will be released and what conditions may or may not apply to him. So if you have any question, I'm sorry, if you have any information you'd like me to know before I make a decision on conditions of release, please feel free to speak up now.
Okay. Your Honor, is there any way I can just drop all charges against him that I have put?
No, ma'am, not at this time. You can certainly speak with the city prosecutor's office to communicate that to them, but at this point, the charges have been filed by the complaint from the Tucson Police Department, and they are going to remain in effect until the city prosecutor's office determines otherwise.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have anything else you'd like me to know?
I don't feel like he's a threat to be out. I got questions earlier, and this is what they told me to inform you. I don't feel like he should be in. I don't think he's a threat or a danger to be out. He's a great father to my children. So I think he like to be in is no place for him.
Okay. And just to confirm, pretrial services indicated that you don't object to Mr. Molina being released and you do wish to have further contact with him. Is that correct?
Yes.
Anything else you'd like me to know?
No.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Give me 1 second. I need to look at something. Okay. All right, Mr. Moon, I believe you're also pending on a separate felony matter at the Superior Court, but I don't believe you're being held on that. All right, sir. Based on the alleged victims'
This call
input,
is no longer being recorded.
based on the alleged victim's input, I'm going to schedule a hearing for you in front of Judge Wendy Million. That's going to be at the Tucson City Court. That hearing is going to be one sec. Yeah. Your hearing is going to be on September 22nd at 3 p.m. in front of Judge Million. Like I said, you will have the benefit of the city public defender's office presenting you. I'm not going to order you up, have no contact with the alleged victim, but again, that's only in this case. I don't know the conditions of release that apply in the other case that is pending. I have no control of those conditions, so if the other case or cases involve, and actually just make sure. If the other cases involve a no contact order, you need to abide by it. Otherwise, you could be put right back in custody. Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, sir. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. Please make sure and contact pretrial services in your felony case. Make sure they're up to date on your status. Otherwise, that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Your Honor, is Mr. Molina being released today?
Yeah, I'm not holding him on the misdemeanor case. I don't believe he's being held on anything else, but that's I could be mistaken on that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Moody. Go out the door.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth, please?
10/26/62, Michael James Moody, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Moody. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued by Judge Jeffrey Close, the Tucson City Court, relating to a charge of failing to obey a law enforcement officer. Looks like you have several matters dating back a few years in the city courts, Veterans Court program.
Yes, Your Honor. I was scheduled to appear today at 1 p.m. I never made it out.
Well, sir, again,
Judge Siemens. I was supposed to appear today at 1 p.m.
certainly. Just remind you do have the right to remain silent, so anything you
Yes,
say
Your Honor.
can be held against you.
Yes, Your Honor.
You need to take a second look to see. All right, sir. I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Simone at the City Court, the Veterans Court, on October 1st at 1 p.m. If I release you on these matters, you promise me you will appear at that hearing, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And I will order you released on that promise and set that hearing for October. It's going to be in courtroom 4.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Again, you're going to be released later this evening. Please make sure and attend your hearings. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest and you can end up right back in custody, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, sir. You're excused.
Yes, Your Honor.
Take a look at that. And those forms, it was already written in there that if he was. It was already written in there to quash the warrant, if released, then.
Follow?
You write everything.
Yeah.
Let me change the film. Let me know.
Face the right. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, sir. My name is Tanner Ray Montalvo, date of birth 01/11/2003, sir.
Thank you. Montalvo, this is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a charge of misdemeanor domestic violence assault allegedly occurring earlier this morning. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm just going to take a look here at some information from pretrial services. Okay. Doesn't appear you're being held on any other matter.
Your Honor, if I may,
Well, again, just remind you, do you have the right to remain silent? Anything you say can be held against you.
I do understand. I just wanted to inform you, I'm trying to get my life together. This incident did occur at Catalina Behavioral Health. Okay.
Okay. All right, sir. I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Charlene Pesquera. This will be for an arraignment, and that's going to be on September 15th.
Understood.
At 10:30 in the morning at the Pima County Justice Court. Do you know where that is?
Is that downtown, sir?
Yes, it is.
I think I might know where is it. Is it by the downtown transit center? The bus station center?
Yes, it is. It's the 240 North Stone. The address will be on the paperwork. If I release you on this matter, will you promise me you will attend that hearing on the 15th?
Yes, sir. You have my word.
And I'll release you. I'm going to order that you not have any contact with the alleged victim.
Understood.
I'm also going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence or possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Do you understand that?
I understand, sir.
Then that's all I have for you, sir. You're gonna be released later this evening. I do believe you may reside at the same facility as the alleged victim, so if you need, whether or not you're allowed back in is entirely up to them. But if you need assistance finding alternative housing, the jail can point you to some resources that are available to you in a portable right outside the jail complex, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir. You're excused.
Bless you guys.
Go out the door downstairs with the mail, Jeff. Yes, sir.
I believe this next gentleman may need a Spanish interpreter. Do we have the interpreter on the line?
Yes, Judge.
Okay,
Oh,
I may be mistaken, but Mr. Carrillo,
okay.
the next defendant may need a Spanish interpreter, but we'll see.
Okay, that's fine. I'll ask.
He does.
Señor, ¿usted necesita intérprete?
Español.
Sí, sí, okay, muy bien. All right, Your Honor, yes.
Good evening, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Buenas noches, señor. ¿Me puede decir su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento?
1969, no, 1969. 17 de septiembre de 1969.
Okay, Jose, and I understood his last name is Carrete.
Carrillo.
Oh,
José
Carrillo.
Carrillo, no sé.
Okay, Jose Carrillo. 9/17/1969.
Thank you, Mr. Carrillo. You're being
Gracias.
seen here this evening on a few different matters.
Aquí lo estamos viendo en algunos asuntos, varios asuntos.
The first two involve warrants that were issued out of the Pima County Justice Court.
Los primeros dos se tratan de órdenes de arresto que se emitieron desde el Tribunal de la Paz del Condado de Pima.
These relate to charges of criminal trespass,
Se tratan de delitos de entrada ilícita,
assault,
agresión,
refusing to provide a truthful name when asked by law enforcement,
se negó a dar su nombre verdadero cuando se le pidió de un elemento policial.
and the second matter involves a warrant that was issued by the Tucson City Court.
Y el segundo asunto se trata de una orden de arresto emitida por el Tribunal Municipal de Tucson.
And these warrants relate to charges of resisting arrest,
Y se tratan estos órdenes de arresto de resistirse al arresto,
disorderly conduct,
desorden público, alteración del orden público,
making threats and intimidation,
haciendo amenazas e intimidación,
criminal damage,
daños a propiedad ajena
and domestic violence disorderly conduct.
y desorden público relacionado con violencia intrafamiliar.
Remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you.
Usted tiene derecho a guardar silencio, cualquier cosa que diga puede usarse en su contra.
On the city court model, I'm sorry?
He said, that's fine, I know. Y en cuanto al asunto del tribunal municipal,
The city court case,
el caso del tribunal municipal,
I'm going to enter denials to the petition to revoke probation.
voy a plantear una negación en cuanto a declararse a su declaración, en cuanto a la pedimento para revocar su libertad de prueba.
And set a hearing for you on September 11th at 1:45 p.m.
Y voy a fijar una audiencia para usted el día 11 de septiembre a la 1:45 de la tarde.
I will impose at least some of the bond requested in the warrants.
Sí voy a impedir una cantidad de la cantidad pedida en la orden de arresto.
The total is $750.
El total viene siendo $750.
That'll be cash or secured bond.
y va a ser una fianza pagadera en efectivo o cantidad avalada.
Okay.
And lastly, I'm going to appoint the Tucson City Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Y luego voy a asignar la defensoría de oficio municipal para representarlo.
Okay. Well,
The other conditions of release are going to be in the paperwork you receive.
Las otras condiciones de libertad se van a encontrar en los papeles que va a recibir.
If you are able to post the bond, please do not forget to attend your hearing on the 11th.
Si usted logra pagar la fianza, que no se le olvide llegar a su audiencia el día 11 de septiembre.
okay.
Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest.
Y si no, se podría emitir una orden de arresto en su contra.
Okay.
On the Justice Court matters,
En cuanto a los asuntos relacionados con el Tribunal de la Paz,
we're going to set hearings for you
le voy a fijar algunas audiencias
on September 15th at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
para el día 15 de septiembre a las 8:30 de la mañana.
Okay.
I'm going to order that you not have any contact with any alleged victim.
Y voy a ordenar que usted no tenga nada de contacto ni comunicación con cualquier presunta víctima.
Awesome.
And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Es todo lo que tengo para usted, señor. Gracias. Ya puede retirarse.
Okay. Gracias.
And,
Thank you.
and Jail, can you confirm if we have any other defendants who need a Spanish language interpreter?
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor. Gracias.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the interpreter to stay on the line. It appears we may have somebody else who may need interpreter services in the next case.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you very much.
In your honor, I spoke with Mr. Broussard and Mr. Grant before court. They're both interested in having their cases set for a steps hearing.
Okay, thank you very much.
Of course.
Can you sit down on the chair right with the computer to your left, like this virgin to? I want you to stay around. Stay right there. Thank you. Yeah, just hold. Right. See for the- Okay. So,
Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Douglas Lee Allen Jr., 7/25/87.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest. Excuse me, by Judge Scott McDonald at the Pima County Justice Court. And this relates to charges of aggravated assault, domestic violence aggravated assault, and I'm sorry, 2 counts, apologies, of domestic violence, assault, 1 felony, 1 misdemeanor, allegedly occurring in October of last year. Remind you to have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, taking a look at pretrial services report. It doesn't appear Mr. Allen's being held on any other matter. He was rated a 2 and a 3 on the NCAA FTA scales. This appears to be a grand jury warrant that hasn't been served previously. And I believe we have the alleged victim on the line. Is it Miss Heather Allen? If you're on the line.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good evening. Don't know if you've
Good
been
evening.
watching the proceedings, but my name is Judge Pino for this session of initial appearances. The purpose of this hearing is just to determine whether or not a defendant will be held in custody or not, and if not, what conditions will apply. This is not a hearing where we will be discussing any matters of fact from the case. Whether guilt, innocence, plea agreement, sentences, nothing like that. We're just here to determine whether or not Mr. Allen will be released, and if so, what conditions will apply to him. So if you have anything you'd like me to know, or you'd like to state for the
Yes.
record, please feel free to do so.
Yes, Your Honor. So while I work during the day, he takes care of our disabled 2-year-old son, and he's the only person that I have. The rest of my family is deceased, and nobody that I know is well versed in the baby's feeding tube. The baby has a feeding tube, so Douglas Allen's help is needed at home. I do still want contact with my husband, and he is able to return to the residence.
Okay, thank you very much. Anything else you'd like me to know?
Other than it was a disagreement, and we've been working on everything, and he's doing great with the kids, and he's a great dad to both kids. They're both disabled, and my 4-year-old daughter has asked a lot, where's dad? Where's dad? So
Ma'am, thank you very much for your input. I appreciate it.
thank you.
All right. I'm sorry. The pretrial services report didn't indicate that Mr. Allen had any prior felony or misdemeanor matters. County Attorney's Office recommendation was for the amount listed on the warrant, which is $25,000 secured. Anything else from the state?
Yes, Your Honor. I would just like to highlight the fact that this was an allegation of strangulation, and the police reports indicate that it was strangulation to the point of the victim urinating on herself, which, as the court is aware, is a mental side effect of the strangulation.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, at this time, I would ask for release to pretrial services or a much more nominal bond in this case. I recognize the serious nature of these allegations, but I'll note that he has no recent failures to appear, no felonies. This case is nearly a year old at this point. And Mr. Allen is engaged in services with La Frontera, and he's indicated that he'd be willing to increase those services if the court feels that he needs to be engaging in more services with them. He's willing to in additional services. For those reasons, I would ask for release to pretrial services.
All right, thank you. Based on information in front of me, I am inclined to release Mr. Allen to pretrial services supervision in order that he submit to any monitoring or treatment that is directed. I'm also going to order Mr. Allen that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that if you have any weapons or firearms in the home, you surrender those to law enforcement immediately. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, sir. Then I'm going to schedule an arraignment for you on September 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon. That'll be at the Pima County Superior Court. Please make sure and contact your attorneys and do not miss your hearings. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest. And I'm sorry, sir, just one more thing. I recognize that the alleged victim did have very supportive things to say about you. It's really one of the main reasons why I'm inclined to release you to pretrial services. So I'm not going to order that you not have any contact with her for obvious reasons. But I need to remind you that any and all contact you have with her needs to be respectful, it needs to be peaceful, and if at any time she changes her mind, you need to break off contact with her and find somewhere else to be. Do you understand?
Yes.
Miss Allen, do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Is he getting released tonight?
Yes, he will be released later this evening.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Your Honor, sorry.
No problem. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
Move on.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Trayvon Broussard, 6/77, 2002.
All right. Mr. Broussard, good evening. You're being seen here this evening based on 2 felony interim complaints, both from, I'm sorry. The first one is from July 15th of this year, alleging possession of drug paraphernalia and hindering prosecution in the first degree. The second is from earlier today, involving a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of a dangerous drug. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and in both matters, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes.
Good. Taking a look at the pretrial services report from Mr. Broussard, he was a 3 and a 4 on the NCFTA scales. It does state there was a notion of a warrant, though I don't believe he's being held on that. No more information about it. On at least the second interim complaint, he is steps court eligible. Community ties unfortunately couldn't be verified, and there was one notation of a prior conviction from 2023 that was later designated a misdemeanor. We're going to deal with the first interim complaint hindering prosecution first. On that, the county attorney's office recommendation is for $2,500 bond. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. In defense?
Your Honor, I would ask for release to pretrial services or a more nominal bond for Mr. Broussard. He has no recent failures to appear, no felonies. He is employed and is a lifelong resident of the area. For those reasons, I would ask for release to pretrial services.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, likewise, the county attorney's office recommendation on the second interim complaint was $500 bond with a step court evaluation. Anything else to add on that one from the state?
No, Your Honor.
And since I am inclined to release your client to pretrial services and at least schedule the steps court hearing in the second matter, do you want to be heard further on the second interim complaint with the steps court eligibility?
Nothing further, Your Honor, and if you're releasing to pretrial services, we will waive time on the preliminary hearing date for the steps hearing case.
All right, then, Mr. Broussard, on your first matter from July, I'm going to release you to pretrial services in order that you commit to any monitoring or treatment that they direct. I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to set your hearing, preliminary hearing for September 23rd at 1:30 in the afternoon. And on the second matter, I'm going to set a steps court hearing for you for next, I believe, Wednesday, September 10th at 9 a.m. That'll be at the Pima County Pima County Superior Court. For whatever reason that hearing does not go forward, set your preliminary hearing for October 20th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Same conditions are going to be applying. You will be under the supervision of pretrial services. So if they call you and tell you need to do something, you need to comply. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. Well, you'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and contact pretrial services and your attorneys, and do not miss any hearings in your case.
It's section.
You can disregard. I was looking at the wrong section. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Lobo Calanchi 1590.
Mr. Kalanchi. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest in Mecklenburg County, North Carolina, related to a charge of arson. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud. I've seen the NCIC printout related to the warrant. Do note there was no amount listed in terms of bond requested. Mr. Kalinchi reporting to pretrial services was rated a 3 and a 2 on the NCAA FTA scales. This warrant appears relatively new from July of this year, July 7th to be exact. And there does appear to be 2 prior felony convictions, both here in Tucson, 24. County Attorney's Office recommendation was for $50,000 bond. Anything else after the state?
Yes, Your Honor. While we don't have all of the facts related to the charge before us, I will note that it was apparently serious enough for them to issue an NCIC warrant.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, I would ask for release to pretrial services or a more nominal bond in this case. I'll note that Mr. Kalanchi is employed as a chef. He does have housing and he lives here in Tucson. He's lived here in Tucson pretty much his whole life. So this is where community ties are. And he has no history of failing to appear.
Thank you. I will impose a bond of $25,000 cash for secured and order pretrial services supervision for Mr. Kalanchi. We will notify the Mecklenburg County Police Departments, and they'll have an opportunity to extradite if appropriate. I'm going to set a fugitive warrant hearing for September 8th at 2:30 in the afternoon. All right, sir. And that's all I have, sir. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Dorsey County Nelson. Appeal.
Good evening. Can can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Brian Michael Campillo, 5/13/93.
Mr. Campillo, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on 2 charges of domestic violence, aggravated harassment, and aggravated domestic violence. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or anything out loud, okay? All right, pretrial services has Mr. Campillo as a 2 and a 3 on the NCFTA scales. No other holds. There was a notion of misdemeanor probation. That's from city court. And there does appear to be, let's see here. I'm sorry, the alleged victim does object to Mr. Campillo's release and does not wish to have any further contact with him. And there does appear to be 5 misdemeanor convictions for domestic violence offenses, or domestic violence related offenses, I should say. All right, county attorney's office recommendation was for $5,000 bond. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor. Of those previous DV offenses, 3 of them involved the same victim. He continues to show up at her house and contact her repeatedly, regardless of the fact that there are existing orders that he not do so. So I think that that demonstrates his inability or lack of desire to comply with court orders. Given his failures to appear and his violent past, I am requesting a $5,000 bond.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, in this case, I'm asking for release to pretrial services or a more nominal bond in this case. I think a more nominal bond will still secure his appearance at future court hearings. I'll note that he lives alone and has animals at his house, and no one else has the key to be able to go check on them. And he also works for a small business. He's one of 4 employees. So there are other individuals and people relying on him to be released from custody.
Thank you. I unfortunately do have some concerns about Mr. Campillo's willingness to abide by court orders, specifically not contacting the victim. So I'm going to impose a $5,000 cash secured bond and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll order Mr. Campillo that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not possess any firearms or weapons during the pendency of this case, and that you surrender any firearms you may have to law enforcement within 72 hours of being released if bond is posted. And above all else, that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. Do you understand all that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I'll set the preliminary hearing for September 15th at 1:30 in the afternoon at the Justice Court. Sir, your attorney should be contacting shortly. If you do post a bond in our release, you need to contact pretrial services and your attorney as soon as possible. Stay in contact with them. Above all else, do not miss any hearings in this case. Otherwise, you can end up right back in custody.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. You're excused.
Thank you.
Brandon.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Brandon Lynn Cargan, 10/11/1989.
All right, thank you, Mr. Cargan. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on charges of unlawful use of a means of transportation and possession of drug paraphernalia. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to assist you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay? I reviewed the interim complaint and the pretrial services report, as well as state's recommendation. State's recommending pretrial services release. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Defense, I'm inclined to agree. Anything you'd like to add?
No, Judge, I agree.
Thank you. Then, Mr. Gargan, I'm going to order you be released to the supervision of pretrial services and that you submit to any monitoring or treatment. So if they call you and tell you need to do something, you need to comply. You understand?
Yes. Yes, sir.
I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and you have no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. I'll set the preliminary hearing for September 23rd at 1:30 in the afternoon. And that's all I have for you, sir. You'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and contact pretrial services and your attorneys, and above all else, do not miss any hearings in this case. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Your Honor.
You're excused.
Great.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jaden Axel Grant, 2/22/1999.
All right. Grant, good evening. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on two matters. The first involves a felony complaint of possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring earlier today. And the second involves a misdemeanor complaint from the Tucson City Courts involving charges of domestic violence assault and domestic violence disorderly conduct, allegedly occurring in June of last year. I remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and in your felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, taking a look at the pretrial services reports, as well as state's recommendation for pretrial services release. Anything else to add from the state? And I'm sorry, and a step court evaluation.
No, Your Honor.
In defense, I'm inclined to agree with the state, release pretrial services and release, set a steps court hearing. Anything else to add?
No, Your Honor, we will waive, time for the preliminary hearing.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Grant, on your felony matter, you're going to be released to pretrial services supervision. I'm going to order that you submit to any monitoring or treatment if they direct. So if they call you and tell you you need to do something, you need to comply. Do you understand?
Sir.
All right, thank you. I'm going to order that you not have any alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm going to set two hearings for you. The first is going to be for steps court evaluation. This program can, if you're successfully enrolled in it and complete it, could result in your case being dismissed instead of having to go through a plea or trial. That hearing is going to be on September 10th at 9 a.m. at the Pima County Superior Court. The second hearing is going to be, just in case that steps court hearing doesn't go well, that hearing will be on October 20th at 1:30 in the afternoon, and that'll be at the Justice Court here at 240 North Stone. On your misdemeanor matter, I'm going to set another hearing, and that'll be on October 2nd at 10 a.m. in front of Judge Wendy Million at the Tucson City Courts, also here downtown Tucson. If I release you on this matter, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing, sir?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, then I'll release you on your promise. I'm gonna order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm gonna order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence and that you have no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. All right. And that's all I have for you, sir. You'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and contact pretrial services and your attorneys. Do not miss any hearings in your cases. Otherwise, you can end up right back in custody. And that's all I have.
Thanks. Lopez. Go ahead.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Albert Lopez, 12/28/1982.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Lopez. You're being seen here this evening based on a felony complaint alleging promotion of prison contraband, possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotic drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointed the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes.
All right, do note that Mr. Lopez is being held on a separate matter, I believe, in, sorry, a couple of other matters, CR 2025-3765 and CR 2025-3744. County Attorney's Office recommendation was for $5,000 bond. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. And defense?
Your Honor, given that Mr. Lopez is being held on other charges, I do agree that a nominal bond would be appropriate. I will note that he is employed full-time and is a lifelong resident, so does have community ties.
Okay. I'm gonna order a $2,500 cash secured bond. And that if bond is posted, Mr. Lopez, you will be under the supervision of pretrial services. I'm also gonna order you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. The preliminary hearing will be set for September 15th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Mr. Reed?
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Eric Reed, May 1st, 2001.
All right, Mr. Reed. Good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on a felony complaint of domestic violence aggravated assault allegedly occurring earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes, sir.
I've taken a look at the interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report. No, Mr. Reed is a 2 and a 2 on the NCFTA scales. Did not have any felony or misdemeanor criminal history. And I believe we may have an alleged victim on the line. And I believe the alleged victim may need the assistance of the linguist. This is Mr.
Bueno, el señor Molina, usted.
Molina?
Sí, señor. Buenas noches.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. My name is Judge Padilla. I'm presiding over the session of the initial appearance calendar.
Muy buenas noches, señor. Yo soy el juez Padilla y estoy presidiendo el calendario de las comparecencias iniciales.
The purpose of this
Muy buenas
hearing-
noches, su señoría.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Good evening. The purpose of this hearing is to determine whether or not Mr. Reed will be released from custody, and if so, what conditions will apply to him.
Bueno, la razón por esta audiencia es para determinar si va a quedar en libertad el señor Lee y en caso de sí, cuáles condiciones se van a aplicar.
We will not be discussing the facts of the case, guilt, innocence, plea agreements, or anything like that.
No vamos a estar platicando los hechos del caso, nada de edad, ni convenios declaratorios, ni nada de eso.
Only whether or not he should be released and under what conditions.
Únicamente si el señor debería quedarse en libertad y bajo cuáles condiciones.
Given that, is there anything you'd like me to know before I make a decision on conditions of release?
Dado eso, usted sí quisiera comentarme algo sobre el tema de condiciones de libertad.
Sí, su señoría. Yo quisiera pedir
I'd like to request,
que no quiero poner cargos a contra de él,
I don't want to press any charges against him,
pero quisiera pedirle a usted
but I'd like to request from you
que lo mande por medio de la corte a que atienda clases de alcoholismo.
that he go to court ordered classes for alcoholism
Y problemas de comportamiento.
and also for behavioral problems.
Thank you, sir. Is there anything else you'd like me to know?
Muy bien, señor. Gracias. ¿Algo más que quisiera informarme?
Sí, quisiera pedirle que él no pudiera ver a su niña hasta que él atienda esas clases que usted le ordene.
Sí, yes, I would request that he not be able to see his daughter until he attend those classes that you order.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you very much.
Muy bien, gracias.
I will
Muchas
note,
gracias, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, I will note, sir, I do not have any control over the nature of the charges that are pending against Mr. Reed.
Muy bien, señor. Nomás le quiero informar que yo no tengo ningún control sobre la naturaleza de los cargos en contra del señor Reed.
If you wish to make some sort of request, you can do so directly to the Pima County Attorney's Office.
Si usted quisiera hacer algún tipo de solicitud, usted lo puede hacer de manera directa con la Fiscalía del Condado de Pima.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. All right, County Attorney's Office recommendation was for pretrial services release. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Defense, I'm inclined to agree with the state. Any further comment?
No, Your Honor, I agree as well.
Thank you. Mr. Reed, I'm going to order that you be released to the supervision of pretrial services and that you submit to any monitoring or treatment if they direct. So if they tell you you need to do something, you need to comply immediately. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
In order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not possess any firearms or weapons, and that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. I'll set your preliminary hearing for September 23rd at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, sir. You're excused.
Okay, you guys have a good one. Door to Miss Morales.
And Ms. Molina, thank you very much. You can exit if you wish.
Directly. Thank you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Hey, Morales, August 2nd, 1995.
All right, Mr. Varela, good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Alan Goodwin of the Pima County Superior Court. This relates to charges of Domestic violence, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Aggravated assault resulting in temporary but substantial disfigurement. I'm sorry, that's also domestic violence and domestic violence aggravated assault. I'm sorry, two charges of the same offense. Domestic violence aggravated assault resulting in temporary but substantial disfigurement. These are all allegedly occurred on November 15th, 2024. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to assist you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with her before saying anything out loud, okay? All right. Taking a look at pretrial services, here Mr. Varelis has any other matters pending. He was rated a 4 and a 3 on the NCAA scales. Doesn't appear he's been arrested on this matter before. The alleged victim in the case was contacted, does not report living with the defendant, does not wish to have further contact with him, and does object to the defendant's release from custody for fear of safety himself and others. Community ties were established through pretrial services, and there does appear to be five prior felony convictions, including domestic violence and violent offenses. There also appears to be 2 prior misdemeanor domestic violence convictions from 2013, 2014. County Attorney's Office recommendation was for $75,000 bonds, the amount on the warrant. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, I'd just like to highlight the fact that there was a weapon involved. The defendant has a significant history of violent behavior, as noted in his prior felonies, and that the victim in this case needed stitches on his left hand and multiple staples to his head to assist in the treatment after the assault.
Thank you very much. Defense?
Your Honor, Mr. Burrell's indicated he has something additional to tell me. Would you mind if I spoke with him briefly?
Right ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I would ask for release to pretrial services or a more nominal bond for Mr. Varelis. I'll note that he was recently living in sober living up in Phoenix, and he's working on getting that transferred down here in Tucson. So he's working on getting sober living here in Tucson. He also has employment experience both with CBI as well as roofing. So he does have employment. His family all live here, so he does have significant community ties tying him here to Tucson.
Thank you very much. I'm going to honor Judge Goodwin's requested bond of $75,000 cash or secured, and order that Mr. Varelis be under the supervision of pretrial services if released. Order they do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, commit any acts of domestic violence, or possess any firearms or weapons. Also order no contact with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. And I'll set the criminal arraignment for September 10th at 1:30. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused. And oh, I do apologize. The Spanish interpreter is still on the line. Please, you're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
My apologies. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
You can still down the out the door downstairs. That's
All right, that,
Thank
thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Good evening.